So for today, I'm going to show you how to paint the sunflower, as we have already worked out all the colors that we need for the petals, for the leaves, and for the center of the sunflower. Right, so I'm going to draw out the center first. Not to worry about this. Okay, the sunflower I'm going to paint is maybe slightly smaller than this. So the center is going to be about slightly smaller. Okay, the leaves is like, let me see. I will roughly count how many petals I need. 1, 2, 3, 4. You see there's a few layers. This first layer, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. About 10 to 11 petals, but there's some overlaption. So you'll see that I may not be able to paint them all like close, but I will paint them kind of overlap a bit. I'm going to use the Neef brush, and I need to get some Vermillion Hue, one side or so. I probably may have a bit of mix or so, just somewhere around, but sometimes I just want to have a clean color, just a clean cadmium yellow only. Alright, I may switch a few brushes. Okay, I may switch this among these 3 brushes. So I will start with these. These are the brushes that I need. So looking at this again, I try to work on the 13 petals type. It has to be shorter, yeah. So I just spread it out. Okay, a bit too much paint. Some of the petals I need to like tilt it a little bit here and there. Yeah, I'm using the same brush, but I'm not making it all the time very, very plump. Oh, I have got 4 here already. You see, I have to hide it inside the sharp point. It's getting okay, quite good, but I need more cadmium yellow because the color has to be very vibrant. So I already have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Whoa. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, around there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, so most like I can have bigger and plumper one now. You can turn your paper, it's easier to work. Turn it back to this. So if I want it sharper, I still can use my brush to get that shape rounder a bit. And here, okay, let's get a bit more of the cadmium, of the Vermillion Hue, I mean. And I need a bit more of this, brighter a bit. Let me see if I can go over. If I go over, it has a very strong color. So I have to wait for it to dry. This part actually dry already. I'm going over those, the front one. I go over the one that I want it to be in the front. And it actually has a stronger color. Okay. Yeah. So right now, I probably would try using my round brush for the inside one. For those that is the back petals. And I need slightly darker. The back petals slightly darker a little bit. Just looking at the flower this way is easier for me. So I kind of add a little bit of Vermillion Hue. It looks a little bit messy though. I think I may need a little bit of light drawing. Yeah. You know what I'm trying to do now is to get the shape of the petal. Alright. So I'm going to use the stippler to work on the center now. Stippler here. And using Burnt Sienna. Okay, Burnt Sienna itself will be a little bit too light. So I add on to Burnt Umber, so 2 color, and I'm going to stipple it in. Still a little bit wet. In a circular way. Okay, without that center of this for the sunflower, it just really looks a bit weird. Now that I add on the center, I think it looks a little bit better. I need to add more of this burnt umber. And you see that I actually turn my brush towards the outer side. That's where I can get this the spiky look. Although when you look at the sunflower clearly closer, it is actually not spiky. Let me see again. Oh, actually it is something just poking out like that. So let me get my Paynes Grey, because just now when I work on it, the center here is supposed to be darker. Center here is supposed to be darker. Okay, and wipe on the cloth again and get some Burnt Umber to create a little bit more of this. And earlier on for my piece, I actually add on a bit of yellow, but it kind of disappeared, some of cadmium yellow. So I have the center of the sunflower done. Okay. Alright, the petals looks a little bit messy. I'm going to work on a little bit of details using a number 6 round brush. Okay, can you see that the petals actually have some lines? So that's what I'm going to work on to bring out the sunflower. You actually need to show the front. Yeah, but really it's not exactly that necessary to be that obvious. Okay, maybe I use a little bit of burnt sienna to work on the line. I just kind of press to get some lines out. Okay, that's the bigger one there. And again, sunflower without leaves just won't look nice. So I'm going to work on the leaves very soon, but right now I think I still want the sunflower to look brighter, because it looks a little bit orangey, I thought. I'm actually painting it over. Okay, and right now I will use my round brush. I think I will use my round number 6 for the leaves. I'm not able to paint this because it's really behind and we actually can't see it. I'm going to paint this. There's another sunflower. I have 2, so better keep this to get some water. Drink some water for the sunflower. Okay, so the leaves I will paint from here. You see, that's where I get the sharp point, because my round brush has a very sharp point. Okay, can you see? So there's like 2 leaves this way and this way. So there's another one here, but because my paper is limited, so I just paint like that. Yeah, and there's some of these leaves here. I just have it come up. Alright. And I'm going to have some filler leaves also. This one is rascals, I think. This rascals looks a little bit darker, the color, so I always tell students that we should have different colors. So I'm going to mix a little bit using brown. To give a bit of olive color. It's actually not really olive color, but yeah, but I just add to give a different color. Okay, maybe number 10 is too big. I need to use my number 8. Number 8 should be just nice. Okay, we are ready to get these filler leaves. Now and then I may have to mix because I didn't mix enough of the green paint. Still need to mix again. Take some time. I'm ready. So with this, let me try to study the stalk, one whole stalk. And the leaves actually come out this way, come out from the same stalk. So it's a lot more interesting, yeah, for the sunflower with all these filler leaves. This is not the sunflower leaves, it's just the filler leaves to make it more interesting. Because it comes in this way, the bouquet is very pretty. We need to add on more. Let me add on the main vein. It's slightly drier already now. I'm not going to add on a lot of details for the sunflower leaf because this is a loose sunflower that I'm painting, not the detailed ones. Probably just a little bit. Okay, holding my brush more upright because that's how you get your thinner line. Okay, so this is how the leaves veins are, and here okay, so now we have filler leaves, and we have, I feel like painting a filler flower, but okay, the filler flower that is in this bunch is white. I think this is genvera. Yeah, so okay, I'm going to add on. It's very hard to paint white flower, you know. So I'm going to use a tinge of green and a bit of perhaps, let me see. Okay, a bit of gray. So let me just kind of paint here. The color maybe looks dirty, so I think I'll switch to a lighter green instead. Okay, you see that the petals is a similar way, but I'm using the round brush now because the Neef mix cannot, it's too big. So I'm leaving the center. Some paint here. Center here, I add on some more colors. Inside is supposed to be yellow, so I just use my yellow. Cadmium yellow will be too strong, so I'm just using a bit of yellow plus a bit of green for the center. And I just use my round brush to stipple over it, or I can actually use my Deerfoot brush. As for the back, I just add on a slightly darker color. The back petals. I wait for this to dry, then I add on. So even for the filler flowers, you have to kind of add on a few. You cannot just add on one and then, oh, filler flowers. So I'm going to paint, maybe a few more. But this time, probably the side look. Yeah. So go this way. It's kind of dry up, so alright. I can use my stippler now. Just stipple lightly. Sometimes it looks dry, but it's still not very dry. Okay, anyway, I have my center done already. And to paint this side, I'm using light yellow again. My sap green, somewhere around. Because I'm going to paint this, so just very lightly. You have to paint, you have to get something like that. Alright, now I add on a little bit. And I add on a little bit more of this filler flowers. Perhaps maybe just here because for this sunflower you really need to, because it's just one flower, so you can't just have a solo one like this of these filler flowers. Okay, the arrangement is just like that. It's quite interesting. And Okay, some more to go. As I said, this is not a realistic painting, so that's why the colors are different, and I'm not giving a lot of details. I let it spread because I really like how this look. So my sunflower is the center of the petal. Let me see what else I want to work on. I think previously my sunflower that I paint has kind of longer petals. I guess I'm also referring to another. There's probably different kind of species. This one has a longer one, and this one that I see down here, the center is very big. It's really very different. Basically, the colors are quite close, except this is a little bit orangey. And I probably would like to work on another piece. So, see you soon.